What's up, guys? It's Gardy B with the Jenkins Jonez show. As always, I'm here with my good internet buddies, Dragonfly Jones, a.k.a. Tyler.
What's up, guys?
With Jethro Jenkins, a.k.a. John.
What's up, bubbas? And if you fuck with us, you want to see more of our content, please jump on YouTube and subscribe to our channel.
First thing we have to talk about is the eighth wonder of the world, Ja motherfucking Morant.
It used to be Zion.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun.
That's not
It
even
still
like-
could be Zion. It's the kid is what, 21 years old, with an injury. Let's not write the obituary on that young man until he comes back at least. If he's coming back looking trash, then it might be time to have that conversation. But it's all about right now.
I don't want to talk about anything that makes me sad right now. I just want to talk about Ja.
We don't have to clown Zion to lift up Ja. Ja is like way better than that. You know what I mean? It's interesting that people are saying things like Oden, KD is Ja and Zion. I'm like, bro, come on. Oden played like 14 games, man. Zion was putting up 26 and 12 off of like 70% from the field. It's not even close. I agree with Tyler. I'm just being silly.
Why does everything in the NBA, why does everyone have to peg everything to something that happened previously?
Some negative shit too. Like, it's got to be like, Zion can't just be hurt. He has to be Greg Oden. You know what I mean? Like, bro.
I mean, that's just how the sport is wired, right? Like, it's not anything new. It's not social media shit. Like, it was Bill Russell versus Will Chamberlain 60 years ago. It was fucking Magic versus Bird 40 years ago. You know what I mean? It was fucking MJ versus everybody in the fucking league. You know what I'm saying? During his run. So that's just kind of how it is.
But Zion
Oden,
is that not a wildly
that
incorrect,
we're jumping the gun on that
unnecessary take, bro?
It sucks for Greg Oden too. It's like, what's your legacy? Was that you? If people have bad luck with injuries, can you imagine being a human being who is still a really accomplished human being in the grand scheme of things, and people hear your name and they just think about being hurt?
I saw Greg Oden in the gym and in a Gold's gym, and he looked like he was doing great. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, like Greg Oden is super solid, well off, you know what I mean? And we look at him like this motherfucker on Skid Row probably, right? You know what I mean? Like, what happened to Greg Oden? Bro, he's fine. He was an NBA player. That pinching is slapping, bro.
I feel like Greg Oden over KD. I think that's the last time we'll say you take a good big over a good wing regardless. You know what I mean? I think that was like the fucking grand finale of that school of thought in basketball.
There's like a historical element to it. That's very fair. But let's talk about the eighth wonder of the world, Ja fucking Morant. What?
They should have known about Greg Oden because he had the oldest face in NBA history.
It's not revisionism. Like, everyone at the time was saying, bro, you got to take KD there. But they had Brandon Roy, so
right.
But yeah.
And at that time, it was like Brandon Roy and KD. They can't exist in the same NBA starting lineup. That was the 17th century. Bro.
Right. Yeah. Somebody read that off a scroll, bro.
Hear ye. We cannot have two prominent wings in 2007.
On the same teameth.
Reading the fucking scouting analysis by Lantern Light. Man, that's funny. Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, with Brandon Roy, there's no room for Kevin Durant
to operate.
And then that man went on to be part of the greatest team ever with fucking Clay and Steph, right? Like,
right.
Yeah.
Maybe three
in the modern era, though.
The three best shooters.
It was a different time.
With probably three of the five best shooters in NBA history.
Yeah.
Can I say that? You know what I mean? On one backcourt.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ almighty. I get shivers thinking about that.
Shiver me timbers.
Shiver me timbers. Shaking in me boots.
I'll be honest with you. I did not have in my list of things that was going to happen today. I did not have Greg Oden derailing us from getting to a conversation about Ja Morant.
We had to tell the truth, guys. Save the internet from its lies.
I think Ja Morant, I'm trying to remember the last time you had a young player this exciting. That game a couple nights ago, he had 52 points. He basically didn't miss. He had like 3 career highlights in one night on just an unbelievable assassination dunk Then he had a deep three, like almost from half court. And then he had a buzzer beater, caught a full court pass from Steven Adams mid-air and put it up before I think it was a 0.4 on the clock. How excited are you about Ja Morant? And how much fun is it to watch someone go from an exciting young player to a dude that you really have confidence in, in terms of his longevity and staying power as a face of the league?
I love Ja. I've loved him since his rookie season. I didn't pay attention to him at Murray State. I'm not gonna act like I'm some college aficionado. You know what I mean? So
you probably watched the tournament games. Though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Tournament games. Yeah. That's when I got hip to him. I was like, this motherfucker can jump out the gym. Goddamn. But yeah, I think this season he's the best point guard in the league. I tweeted that out, and going back to what you said about how we always, in NBA discussions, we always, make players, bump heads. Everyone was a lot of people were pushing back with Luka, for that. And Luka had a bumpy start for the top of this season. So that's why I said Ja's been the best point guard this season, because he's been, balling from fucking, opening night, till now. But yeah, it's I was kind of on the whole, we're gonna get some Luka versus Ja MVP battles in a few years, and it seems like people are already kind of picking up on the Luka versus Ja thing. That seems to be a pretty big discussion right now.
Bro, Ja, y'all know I bought a jersey like 6 weeks ago. I was all the way in. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's not a player in the league that's more exciting to watch, and it's crazy to say in a league with people like Giannis, KD, who are physical freaks, and a guy that's 6'3", that looks like somebody I probably work with in height. I mean, his athleticism is it's fucking that dial is on 140. You know what I'm saying? Like, but anyway, measurables are much different than the guy that works for me. But no, it's insane to see what he's doing in year 3. People are talking about MVP. He's at the top of some people's MVP race, and I don't know if he's there, but I mean the kid is special. You know what I mean? He's special. Also,
Allen
1
Iverson,
second, that 3 he shot, that was like 4 minutes in. That was the most unnecessary. They were like 6 points down. He was like, fuck it, I'm just going to shoot a 40-footer, see how I'm feeling. Oh, yeah, I'm going for 50 tonight. You know what I mean?
Electricity in his hands built up to where he was like, no, I just got to get this one off.
We saw him in full superhero mode. You know what I mean?
Allen Iverson tweeted a picture out. He also bought a Ja Morant jersey and then draped it over his MVP trophy. It was like
soon propaganda going.
No, but I think one thing I like about AI is that AI is a fan of these players, like these players were a fan of him, and that is so special. Can you imagine Ja Morant probably grew up, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can tell by his game that he watched AI. You know what I'm saying? You can tell watching these players who they grew up watching. You know what I'm saying? He reminds me of him as far as in how he plays the game. You know what I mean? And like, to see AI show that much love, you know what I mean? Like, it meant way more than probably me throwing a jersey on. I know he liked my tweet, but but you know, I mean, AI, boy, dog. I think that's so special that AI does things like that.